An estimated 1 in 133 people have something that you may have never even heard of. It's called celiac disease. It's an autoimmune disease that is so multifaceted, it's often misdiagnosed.
Indeed it is. And here to tell us more about the disease and how to treat it is founder and president of the Gulf Coast Celiac Foundation, Elizabeth Smith. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Tell us about this disease, its symptoms, and how one can cope with it.
Okay. Symptoms of celiac disease can go anywhere from abdominal pain, gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation. You can get rashes that just won't go away. You got depression, fatigue to the point that you don't even want to get out of the bed. There's so many different symptoms with celiac disease that it's very difficult to diagnose, and the medical community is having a very hard time diagnosing it.
That's what I asked her. What type of doctor do you even go to? You say, well, I've got all these symptoms. You know, you said a gastroenterologist.
Right. And actually they're finding now that if you have a symptom that, say the doctor diagnoses you with IBS or eczema or something like that, and the medication that they're giving you is just not working and it keeps coming back and it keeps flaring up, you really need to go and get checked for the celiac disease.
It is a genetic disorder.
Yes, it is.
Tell us, that means that you actually have zero or very low tolerance to wheat products or gluten?
Gluten products, which is your wheat, your barley, your rye, and your malt. So your pastas you can't have, your breads, your cakes, pizzas. You have to be careful of your sauces, soy sauces, teriyaki sauces. All of that stuff has wheat in it that you just don't realize is in there. They are making products. There is wheat-free, gluten-free flours and pastas and all of that stuff, but you need to go to a health food store to buy them because most of them are not in like the Walmarts and the grocery stores yet.
And how has celiac affected your life? And you brought along your son today, and you say he's actually gluten-free as well.
Yes, it has changed my life astronomically. I mean, I ended up in hospitals and stuff trying to get diagnosed with this disease, and doctors just didn't know what was wrong with me. So I actually kind of figured it out on my own and then went to a doctor and said, do I have this? And, you know, then they said, oh yeah, you know, this is what you've got. So I've had to change my entire eating habits. I've changed it all in the house with my kids and everything. But I have had a lot of complications because it took them so long to diagnose me. And what happens is when you don't get diagnosed right away, you're malnourished, so your organs start shutting down and you start having all of these different problems. You can have problems from gallbladder surgeries, hysterectomies, appendicitis. You can go through all of these surgeries. You can also have, you can get type 1 diabetes, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, which I was diagnosed with a few months ago. I mean, it's just so many complications because your system is not getting the vitamins and the minerals that you need to keep going.
And that's why it's real important. If you're out there listening thinking, oh, maybe this might be a possibility since you're trying to put a label on something, we want to let you know that there is an informative session tomorrow night with a noted dietitian on this subject, nutritionist, at Gulfport Memorial's library. That's at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Show up, find out more about celiac.
Yes, definitely.
Elizabeth Smith, thank you for joining us today, and good luck to you and your family.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Stick around and find out what's happening this week on the ABC Soaps.
When does spanking your kid